My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to the Hearthstone Tombs of Terror. We're going to be continuing the Lost City. I'm not entirely certain if I'm going to continue with Reno. So it gives you the credit for the person who gets the last hit, right? So if I have to do multiple runs to kill a Plague Lord, should I be doing all of them as the same character and then rotating around? Or is it just, okay, whoever gets the last hit, well, we'll swap to other characters and then just make sure that all 4 different characters get a last hit on all 4 of the different Plague Lords? I'm not entirely certain, especially considering that Marin's Return, both players start with a treasure chest, kind of wants me to play a different deck. It's not great to be the mage slash rogue here. Like, I'd be thinking druid slash priest, right? Get topsy-turvy in the deck and then just treasures. Or hell, even just have mine on the board, double its HP, inner fire it, attack face.
Time to get out.
We're not going to have any of that tricky stuff to begin with, though. But we will have the ability to possibly pick it. All right. So I gotta remember that in these early battles, like, if the treasure chest has 8 HP, I may as well just go for the face. Because it has 10.
Versus Lieutenant Herring.
There we go, that's a little bit more centered.
Very well.
I'll keep that as a curve. So if you're not familiar with having an awesome treasure chest, it is a master chest, death rattle, 3 mana, 0/8. Give your opponent a fantastic treasure. So if I kill my enemies, I'll get a fantastic treasure, same the inverse. I mean, look, if I'm gonna get a free kill, I've gotta go for that. Especially considering landscaping's coming up next. So it's a pretty decent curve. I'm fine for the enemy to get, you know, the underbelly angler to give them more murlocs. Really doesn't matter to me. Could have prevented lethal that turn if you'd given your murlocs rush when you had the Rockfall Hunter out. Oh well.
This battle will live on in the annals of history.
So we want to gain armor, right?
For the lead.
Neat. That is to unlock the other stuff. We're going to want to gain some armor. Your minions have +1 health and taunt. Yes. I'll take that. Resurrection we're definitely not going to want. Fine. Let's go Cthulhu. Especially if we pick it this early. Seems like it'd be useful. So we really, really, really want the battle totem as our second treasure after the 5th boss fight.
Elise.
Hopefully we get it.
A weaponized wasp.
Another of Rafarm's troublemakers? Very well.
I'm pretty happy to hard mull here. I have a fair few 2 and 1 drops, ultimately. These ones don't count, though. Give me a Murloc. No?
Not enough mana.
Maybe I shouldn't have thrown away the Nephset Ritualist. Deal 1 damage to an enemy minion for each beast you control.
I've got more left in me. Put this apple on your head.
Okay, it does cost 2 mana, so it's going to be kind of much later in the fight that they're going to start utilizing that. Gonna actually have to clear some of those beasts, though. Just in case. Especially because of things like the desert hare, yeah. 3 extra beasts on the field. Starseeker's tool first. Let's see what we get. Summon a random beast. Baron Stablehand. Mogoshan's probably not necessary. Yeah, I'll take a Baron Stablehand. Fine. Starfall's also pretty good here. Don't really want the hero power to go out next turn.
I'll take you with me.
There we go. Double removal. Oh, you're getting close to killing it. I'm not really appreciative of that. That's exactly how close you are getting. You killed it. Now you get a treasure I don't even have. Definitely have to remove all of the enemy minions here. And start getting my own treasure out. Oh, hell yes! Oh, that's not really an enemy. These are, though, the two Knights of the Wild the enemy managed to grab there.
I'll take you with me.
Alright. Place your hand with legendary minions. I mean, we have Dark Arakoa and Cthulhu in the hand, though. So, no? Okay. Still at least a little weak. Yeah, we probably just straight up end up losing here. We didn't hit the board hard enough and fast enough.
I'll be your field guide.
At least all of my minions have taunt, so the enemy can't just go straight past for the face. That's not a good idea. Ah, never mind. I guess it turns out to be. That's lethal. Well, at least we don't have that anomaly anymore. At the absolute least, you don't have that anomaly anymore, because that was going to be a real annoyance. At the start of each game, shuffle both decks together and give half to each player. Well, look. This is just going to be random garbage, so sure. Let's try and lean into random garbage being the theme. Take Relicologist. I would like if I could take this pack instead. Yeah, theming things of having things from another class seems effective here. Although they would be also equally as effective for my enemy. Seems like, especially here in the early fights, this is just going to make my deck considerably worse.
Evil, eh? I hate these guys.
Fine curve. Okay, so it's past the mulligan phase that it happens. Got it. And before the twist. Also important. There we go. My next spell this turn has 2 extra damage. I mean, we're straight up just still drawing from our own deck. Come on Spellslinger, something that does face damage. Or not. You can just blow up that minion. Mm-hmm. Yeah, single spell next turn, we have the win. Alright, I'm gonna get the kill with the Molten Blade, actually, here. Not something that commonly happens. Alright. So, the cards that I pick for my deck should be individually valuable rather than valued based on synergy, because I may not have the synergistic components for them. Elixir of Vim. You draw an additional 2 cards a turn, you're immune to fatigue. I like that. Start taking some mechs, I think. Mechs are individually quite powerful. The Iron Sensei isn't, but the other two are. Or maybe the strat is just pick bad cards. Trash the enemy's deck at the start.
Reno versus Hermavar.
If our hero power was more individually powerful, then yes, maybe that would be it.
Mate, eh? Well, maybe I could show you some moves.
Come closer to the fire, explorer.
Turn 3 is looking pretty good for us. As long as the enemy doesn't remove my Mana Addict on turn 2. Which is a little bit of an ask. Yeah, drawing 2 extra cards per turn is actually pretty good when you have... do I want a Pilfer here? No. Because it plays for free after the Sorcerer's Apprentice and it's a buff on the Mana Addict. But especially when I have the... what do you call them? The surprise Murlocs in my deck. Drawing extra cards seems pretty damn good.
Taste the mana.
Alright. Really? Oh! Backstab's so good for you. Hit my face again? Hell yeah! Flame hates you, apparently.
What do I do with all these cards?
Someday I'll be just like you.
Okay. Grim Rally, I guess, could be interesting.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
Kinda do want to just play another card out of my hand here. It'll help me continue controlling the board here. Sure.
I serve the Fire Lord. I'm out.
I like this one's style.
Alright, got it.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Here's a hot one. Catch.
Nice try.
Like 7 inches from the midday sun. Get him. Whew. Yeah, I feel like the ability to cheat spells out using the Sorcerer's Apprentices is going to be very, very important for us being able to actually get cards out of our hand here. These are kind of expensive, though. Don't really want to give my enemies Frost Novas or Flame Wards, though. Alright. Not particularly happy with the direction the deck is going yet.
Reno versus Aru.
Sorry, I swallowed an antibiotic pill earlier, and it seems like it's stuck in my throat. Like I can just feel it, kind of irritating.
Doing this.
Although it's probably not actually there. Okay. We get to adapt what we play on turn 2. The enemy's base deck is usually not that great, so feels bad. Oh, okay, those are all cards from your deck.
Here, lackey.
But yeah, most of the enemy's power is usually tied to their hero power rather than their base deck. So it feels like this isn't even that much of a benefit for me. In fact, it feels oftentimes like it just isn't at all.
Get over here.
All right. No spells in hand makes this a little bit harsh. That makes it a lot better.
All these cards.
Taste the mana.
Because now next turn I have not lethal but close. Don't you dare kill that minion. It's fine.
No slacking, lackeys.
What do I do with all these
All right.
cards?
Sorcerer's Apprentice. We'll raise a pedal volley. Hero power, use one of them. Double trade. Attack. Wow, we could have done so much more damage if it weren't for that taunt. At the very least, we still have damage in hand with Woggle Pick and the Reno's Crafty Lasso. No taunt.
I'm out. What do I do with all these cards?
Attack face, typically.
What a rush.
So if the enemy gets another Titanic, then I'm gonna need to wait another turn past this point to evil Cabal Rat. Sorry, evil Cable Rat, and then Ball Spine. Thankfully, I don't have to. Yeah, these are a lot closer than I want them to be. I need low-cost cards, please, video game. Or... No, I definitely don't need the ability to draw. Give your minions Death Rattle, summon a random legendary minion? That seems really good when I'm getting all of my Plague of Murlocs out really quickly. Raid the Sky Temple, Cut Purse, and Mana Cyclone. I don't really cast enough spells to raid the Sky Temple. But they're the lowest cost things there. Cut Purse gives me the ability to start playing other things using the coins it'll give me. Alright. Plus, spell searching is ultimately going to be a good set of buckets for me, because it'll provide me with spells as well. Spells that find spells, typically. That are going to have their cost reduced by the Sorcerer's Apprentices.
Good to see a friendly face.
We may want to get the Sneeds out.
Traveling merchant thing. You know, it's kind of quaint.
Do the math. Remove all cards from your adventure dock that cost 2 or less. No. I could actually probably Yol Fired here, get another Iron Sensei and try and go off with that.
You've been in tighter scrapes, Reno.
Yeah, let's
That one knows their stuff.
let's try that. We do get rid of 2 of our low-cost minions, but we also get rid of our 2 high-cost minions. Snip Snap being a minion that, yes, you can play it on 3, but if you really want value out of it, you play it on 6 or 9. It's still valuable at 3, don't get me wrong. Ogre-sized Thief. Steal a card from your opponent's deck and put it into your hand. Yeah, we're going to deck out against this enemy.
Reno versus Rud.
have fancy things, fancy man. Stay out of my pockets.
If the second treasure is the one that if you play an odd cost card, it makes the other cards in your hand cost one less, we're incredibly good. Like, that'll absolutely win it for us. We need things that allow us to get the cards out of our hand. 50-50 that I keep my canopic jar here.
You cannot escape us.
Well, sure. I don't really want any of these. My god, I have straight up got most of the enemy's deck right now. Yep, that's mine. Enjoy a card from my hand. Yeah, you took an Iron Sensei. Great. That's like exactly what I wanted to keep.
This city.
Now, unfortunately, because the enemy is also a rogue, Ethereal Peddler is not going to make my stuff cost less at all. This is really, really disconcerting, actually.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Take Volunteer. Enemy will steal Volunteer from my hands. Almost.
Me take. This one's good one. Me thank you.
Yeah, it is pretty good. That would be quite useful for me at this point in time. Extremely nice at this juncture. How dare you? Cannot big jaws. Cannot big jaws. Cannot big jaws. Cannot big jaws. Burn from the top of the deck.
What do I do with all these?
Oh, we'll raid the Sky Temple. Actually, okay with burning that.
How much is this worth to you?
Come close and listen.
I actually managed to play 3 cards in a turn. We're not gonna mill a card.
Need something unusual?
That's not gonna help. Yeah, Obsidian Shard doesn't consider any of the cards I played to have been from a different class yet.
I'll take that.
Silent, but deadly.
That could have been a lot worse. Hopefully the enemy's card hand was just filled with cards they could not use. Khadgar for extra Plague of Murlocs? It might work. I don't know. Do you? Wants an unpredictable run, enable anomaly mode? Yeah, anomaly mode seems to have gotten
Reno versus all
harder to build around. That said, I've only seen 3 anomalies so far, so how can I really claim that, right?
And save the world.
bosses tell you.
Dropping a Snow Chugger on the board really early is going to be good here. Sorcerer's Apprentice is just going to help us get the Raid of the Sky Temple out of my hand, which is going to enable me to not burn as many cards as I typically do. Also, the enemy has a lot of spells in their deck, if I recall correctly. Yeah, those are spells. But Raid the Sky Temple can go out now. Ooh. Sorcerer's Apprentice is going to be so good here. Also, if we get to freeze the enemy's face consistently, watch out. Here's where we get all of the Murlocs, right before we have to run into... Oh, come on. It's definitely an explosive trap as well, by the way. But if I want to freeze the enemy, I have to... Nope, never mind. All's right in the world. I really want to get 2 cards out of my hand.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Fine. We're not going to get the cut purse out yet. Oh, you're not even going to stop me freezing you. It's an intriguing way to play the video game.
What do I do with all these cards?
Excuse me. You can see the obvious combo there of this gives me a coin and then this powers up off of it.
We must band together, united for Dalaran.
That could easily summon 2 bears or something like that if I leave the Khadgar on board.
What do I do with all these cards?
Oh god, didn't get the coin, of course. I knew my hand was full. I don't know why I left that happen. So it's not on spellcast. It's got to be on minion summon then, right? Not bad. Could be considerably worse.
What do I do with all these cards?
You attack face. I'll play the coin. Just for the damage buff. I could have sworn I played 3 cards last turn, which is why I didn't even bother checking for Rat Trap. Or rather, bother preventing Rat Trap. The enemy knows the potential of it.
What do I do with all these cards?
Alright.
A brilliant maneuver.
Played.
Hilarious joke. I completely get it.
It'd be really nice one of these times to get the Canopic Jar that I, like, drafted with intent. Because it'd be real good in this deck. Whenever you play an odd cost card, reduce the cost of cards in your hand by 1. Yeah. Yeah, we go with that. I think probably Snow Chugger and another Iron Sensei, and like getting all of the Iron Senseis out and having them buff one another is going to be like key to us.
Aha! A lit.
Like, sure, that's a synergistic thing that I'm relying on, but when you have enough of them, it'll work.
Whew. It is good to see a friendly face.
I don't mind this whole travel.
Gang's all here.
It's kind of quaint.
Discover a friendly minion, discover a minion to replace it in your adventure deck. See, the Spell Slinger gives me a spell, but it also reduces the cost of the spell that it adds to my hand. So I kind of want to go that. And then right-hand man on you. And then Gang's all here on you as well.
All right. You know what you like. I respect that.
I'm pretty pleased to have 7 of them in the deck now. We're going all the way just with the Iron Sensei. I'm a poet, and I wasn't even aware.
Reno versus Barum.
We're gonna be rich and save the world. Be gone. You are not welcome here.
Raid the Sky Temple, decreases the cost of the other two, and then this decreases the cost of the other two. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Your hero power is a lifesteal, deals some damage, I imagine. Yeah, lifesteal, deal 1 damage to enemy minions. Neat. I mean, I could cast a bunch of spells this time, but that's not necessary. We get to play all of the rest of the cards next time. If only I had Khadgar out so I would know if that works. We'll Pilfer first, just to reduce the cost of whatever we get from it.
We must band together, united for Dalaran.
Come close and listen.
Mm-hmm. Should have done that one earlier. One phase earlier in particular. One damage to all enemy minions and it life steals. That's okay.
Wanted, dead or alive.
I can taste the mana.
That's mine!
Insolence has cost you.
Can't go. Damn it. Lisa wasn't the Iron Sensei. Alright. Iron Sensei number 1? Well, number 2. Number 1's already out there. Capable of drawing this many more cards. Being fine.
I foresee
It's fine. As long as I keep my senseis, we're all good. Canoptic Jars will help. Certainly. Nice to finally see one. Alright, I'm gonna Canoptic Jars first, then making the Iron Sensei one less, then I play the Iron Sensei, decreasing the cost of the rest of the hand pretty effectively as well. I'm gonna spell damage and just evis that target.
Silent, but deadly. Silent, but deadly.
Oh, you gotta love a board that does that. You really do. As long as we don't get master spelled, I'm pretty pleased with it.
The menagerie is your guest.
That's my Gormok. How dare you? I'll cast that just to get it out of my hand.
Silent, but deadly.
Alright.
Silent,
Full face constantly. I don't really care about your hero power. I told you from the start. It does not matter to me. Not when I have a board that buffs all of itself constantly. You didn't buff the one that had taunt.
Not escape us.
Certainly one way to play. And the one you buffed didn't even live. I don't really know what you were going for there, friend. We're gonna have to use the silent but deadly in order to kill. Mechs? One pogo hopper for a deck? Yeah, it's still probably correct. Having some mechs out early that can then get buffed. Siamat. Summon a 1/4 servant. Give it taunt, divine fury. Divine Fury? Give it taunt, wind fury, rush, and divine shield. That's that could be rough. Not gonna lie, that could be a problem. So now having Raid the Sky Temple in this deck isn't so that I can have its effect, although occasionally I'll end up triggering its effect.
How many wishes do I get?
You may choose the manner of your destruction.
It's just so that I can reduce the cost of all of my cards on the first turn. Drawing extra cards just for the extra Murlocs, honestly, is pretty damn good. Using Sorcerer's Apprentice here actually wouldn't help. So I cast that first despite needing it, but despite wanting it for the Raid the Sky Temple so that I would start discounting this weapon. Ooh. So I do need odd cost cards, so I should have played the Sorcerer's Apprentice there, that's my bad. Although I guess it just would have been killed by the Servant of Tiamat. Here we go. Razor Petal kills you, then I can summon Nine Sensei. Snow Chugger. Then next turn we can Iron Sensei into Iron Sensei.
You still aid me. I beat you.
What? Why would you? I could live a million years and I'll never understand that turn. We've got a Bloodlust in hand now, oh my god.
Come close and listen. Silent, but deadly.
Alright.
Unity, precision, perfection.
It's not going to take that long. Especially with the second Bloodlust in hand. The enemy never expects the silent but deadly. Just a casual 10-10. It's turn 4.
Serve me.
Good, you actually chose the right minion. Glad to see it. Okay, it's unstable portal. Reduce the cost of everything else in hand. And Bloodlust. Yeah, we're just gonna try and silent but deadly everyone, I feel. Get another treasure. Locusts. Twin spell. Choose an enemy. Fill your board with 2/2 locusts that attack it. We often have our board filled already. It's probably not a great idea. Staff of Scales, summon 3 1/1 snakes with Rush, Poisonous, and Reborn. We, after this minion attacks, add 2 healing spells to your hand. They cost 0. Having some healing would be nice. This does just clear a bunch of enemy minions, but I'm worried that this, given to the enemy, clears my board. Whereas the mark here is not that bad. Alright. Show us what you got, Vesh. I'm excited for this. The final version of Vesh, sorry, is going to be putting our whole board into their deck. Not super keen on seeing that one.
And save the world.
Come to stop us, have you?
Or is it into ours? I think it actually might be into ours. Okay. Are you actually going to kill that at the start of your next turn?
From stone we rise.
I will never understand that play either. I know the enemy doesn't get a choice in that one, don't worry.
Come close and listen.
We will assimilate that one.
I should have used the thing earlier so that I would have a free razor pedal here.
Your bones.
Ultimately, it's not going to matter, but still.
Come close and listen.
Yeah, I guess I'll give it to the one that isn't even going to be attacking yet this turn.
I will defend the honor of my people.
Take you out for free.
Silent, but silent.
Oh, and also, you're buffing my Murlocs now. Yeah, this opening phase is going to be pretty good.
A vulgar display of power.
Oh, destroy a Murloc, not a friendly Murloc. And Plague of Murlocs. There we go. Yeah, had to expect that was going to happen. Summoned 7 Murlocs from my deck. I may actually have 7 Murlocs as a result. Alright. Now I am the plague.
The tide marches on.
One.
Separate lines, please.
What are you, from New Jersey? Eee, Megafin. That was always going to be a problem. Enemy certainly has a board state here, rather, that I didn't want to see buffed.
Whip time! Ha ha!
Okay. I can't Snow Chugger and then Ziliax it, but I can Ziliax this minion. Inspire, return this minion to your hand. The enemy has to use their hero power on their turn. So this little one's gonna go wee 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 all the way home. Don't think I need to care about attacking it myself. Stealing a card from the enemy's hand could be useful though. Would have been useful if I did that earlier. Okay. Inspire returns it to your hand. Uh-oh.
Separate lines, please.
I'm going to leave the Colosseum manager on the board constantly because it's just going to waste the enemy's mana here. I don't even get to play my Sea Giant?
We are everywhere.
I really, really want buffs. Please, game. Like, it's not... Anything can happen. So, everything is awesome? I think is the one I'm looking for. Just stealing that from the enemy sound effectively there. I don't want to be decking out, but these are cards that are really good, and I can't cast them. That said, Tip the Scales is getting worse over time, and it's going to deck me out eventually. So maybe I do want to cast Tip the Scales when my board is full. In fact, that's almost certainly the case, I feel.
Separate lines, please.
I love the consistent insistence on separate lines.
What do I do with all these cards?
Yeah, I don't want to put any of them out on the field. Unfortunately, my enemy's board also gets buffed here. So there are a couple minions that I'm going to have to get rid of at least. And you know what? That'll give me the space to put out a Sea Giant. That's nice. You actually attacked with it first! You're allowed to do that? Alright. Enemy finally learned what's up.
Come close and listen.
That's my deck! You're not allowed to do that! Another Sea Giant, lovely. And Muklas! Oh! You know I'm about that life. That one needs to die. So does that, actually. And that. You know what? I'm gonna hard control this board. Anything that can happen, anything can happen in Murgle, Gurgle, nyar, nyar. Both of those are going to be pretty important. Overall, at least. Had to happen eventually. You got really good minions! How dare you? Adapt your Murlocs! Oh my gosh. Wrong order, obviously. Got those two Murlocs on the field at the moment, but giving them Wind Fury seems like a good idea. Yeah, so that I can go for removals. Because then after the removals, I just repopulate my own board, right? Yeah, that was the whole misordering of the entire turn. I need to plan out the entire turn before I do it. I'm straight up out of Murlocs on board as well, by the way.
Wanted.
Who needs him?
Dead or alive.
Another Mucklas? Yeah, that'll do for me.
You cannot escape us.
Not really trying to at this point, clearly. Splitting image! Sure, that's one way to double buff my board.
Flesh can be weak. We will crush yours.
That one needs a turn to get ready.
And get rid of tip the scales now as well. I'm also not going to have enough spells to trigger my hero power. Hey. Oh yeah, thanks for that. It's a big old Mech eye right to the face.
I'm out.
Now we can Mucklas, Iron Sensei hero power.
Silent, but deadly.
Remove that minion. Great. And then
But deadly.
trade across, trade across, trade across without removing my own. Finally there. Pop out the piloted shredder. And then Forbidden Words just so that I can dedicate both of these to the face. Okay.
Is that a Murloc NATO? That is the scariest thing I have ever seen.
So,
We shall grind
into your deck.
backs.
Yeah, I should have read that. I should have read that. I don't know how much it would have changed what I did, but still should have read it. Yeah, thanks for the minions. Thanks for those. Good lord. When my enemy wants minions, they get, 3 War Leaders and 2 Megafins. When I want Murlocs that have died this game, well, I'm afraid I'm just gonna have to settle for none. That's still 100-some damage. Sorry, 200-some damage on the enemy. Frankly, I'm pleased with that. Only even 71 left. Is it 200 something? No. It's not 200 per piece, right? It's just 100 per piece. So yeah, 100 and something. Not bad. After a player casts a spell, they gain 2 armor. Well, that's an obvious Reno run for the moment. My name is Rhapsody, the name of the game. It's been Heroic Tombs of Terror. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.